You would be perfect.
Hey, let's check it out, creator. Continuing my playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution. Now, we had a bit of a hiccup, and I do apologize for that. There'll be a bit of a slight mix-up with what we're doing to start this episode. I plan to start this episode going to Island 3, showing you a little trick that you should do, being that that's the debt island, but I played for almost... I had the first recording done, and then upon trying to make sure it all recorded successfully before moving on to the second episode, it turned out that none of the gameplay audio had actually saved. So, luckily enough I didn't do too much. A lot of it was actually just making a enclosure or two. So I do apologize for that, but literally on Island 1, all I did was, like, you'll go and see what I did, but literally I just put down the 3 buildings I needed. You start off with like 2 rows of shops that you don't really need and the big entertainment center. You pretty much sell them plus whatever, and put a fossil center down, and then with whatever money you have left plus the fossil center money that you stuff you can sell, you pretty much put what you need down before putting the other 2 buildings down before you bounce to another island. I did a little bit on the Dr. Wu Island as well, but not too much, so we haven't done anything significant on there. But I still apologize that didn't get captured. First things first, I'll deal with that. Now, since that was the case, we are going to start this episode off with a bang. Because after putting the fossils, 3 buildings down on the 3rd island, I unlocked more dig sites, which meant that I unlocked the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So now, we are going to start off this episode with the glorious T-Rex. With the 1993 Jurassic Park 1 skin. Isn't she gorgeous?
Ah, yes, the tyrant lizard, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Favorite of early century fiction writers and adolescent children everywhere. And why? Because it represents everything that we fear about the past. It's what we believe that we've conquered, even though it ceased to exist before humanity had reached the proto-ape stage. And that was true. Until now. Until you.
Oh shit. Woo! Okay. I didn't realize we had a gap. I'm guessing for some reason that didn't connect even though it said it did. Whoopsie. Boop. I'm a moron. Oh well. That's my fault. Sorry. Well, we're starting this episode off interesting. Little Rexy here is getting a snack.
Put your visitors and your animals at risk. Not good. Really
Oh,
not
shut
good.
up. Not like I mean to do it, but what the hell is that? Alright, so maybe back in here. Now, okay, at least now I know that it's all synced up. I did not realize there was a gap there. I also have been a moron because apparently I put herbivore feeders in here. Wow, I'm a dumbass. Then again, I put the finishing touches on this enclosure while figuring out why the recording didn't happen, so I guess I was more distracted than I thought.
Asset has been collected.
So, Put a goat feeder there and a goat feeder there. I'm putting 2 down because there's a chance that later on we'll be having a second one in here. So when we do the gene mod thing from the from the first Doctor Wu island, I should say. It's on Island 2, but it's the first of the Doctor Wu 2 islands. Alright, now, I have my name list with me, if I remember correctly.
Asset transported.
So, sorry about that, Rexy. I didn't... Wait, you? You're not tranked, are you? No, you legitimately got put down and legitimately went to sleep. Right, good on ya. I'm gonna name it. Let's see. Pumpkin. She wanted to call it. Pumpkin was on the list of names to use for predators, so Pumpkin is now crossed off the list. So we have our lovely little T-Rex called Pumpkin. Now you would love more grassland, and you don't really care too much for the forest level that you have. So how about I remove that and put in more grassland for you. There we go. Now you're quite satisfied with the levels of the grassland and the forest we have. So, yeah, we started this episode off with a bang. It's like everything was going smooth. Wait, there's a gap. Nope. Wait, there goes our first victim. I think that's the first person that got eaten in this entire series. Unless the raptors ate someone, I do not remember. There we go. So I'm going to send those 3 out, and now we're going to bounce back to the Dr. Wu one. After I deal with whoever the hell is dying now.
Collecting asset.
Alright, now we're moving to the Dr. Wu one. So I got a lot of fossils and stuff to sell there, and we're running pretty well so far on this island. I don't know where I've left, like what's left on this island, like what I actually did before I realized I didn't have a recording. I know it wasn't much, but still, it aggravated me. You also missed Dr. Wu's epic intro to this island, which sucked that you didn't get to experience it. Alright, so the Yankees are still there. So okay, so everything that I did at least here. So the autosave just killed me when we bounced the other island. So literally, you start off with pretty much just this building and a small power station over here. And I pretty much put the research center, the fossil center, the ranger station, and got rid of the little one for 2 big ones, and then built this. So we got quite a bit done, but not like anything extensive to the point where you missed a lot. Luckily enough, I'm glad we didn't do anything too extensive. If that was the case, a lot of it was just building.
Some things
I
come
can
up
do
to
that.
be
Give me this
interesting
1 minute, my dear.
and profitable.
Now, add protection, improve out to 2, improve out to 2. Good. Yeah, that's one thing you have to make sure that if this goes down, like if the powder goes down, then they're gonna have issues with the cars not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So now that since that's one thing I have to make sure of, we're gonna go to operations and get ourselves a storm defense thingy, and we're gonna put it right here. Give them a little extra defense against the storms. There we go. Now let's give you all the bells and whistles that you need. And I did the same. Yeah, I did. Cool. Yeah, the other thing you can't do on this island is the Fossil Center and the Expedition Center can't get upgrades. They'll still gain the effects of the Fossil Center and the Expedition Center from the other islands, and same with the Research Center. These three will get the benefits that the other islands give, but they themselves can't give upgrade bonuses. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'll just check the fossils that just came in. Our gorgeous Brax, which is one of my favorite herbivore dinosaurs. Right, so now that's going pretty well so far. We want more contracts because we need to get up to the point where we can do the missions.
I like this contract. You should too.
Let's see. I need to go. Yes, shelter. Cool. Yeah, we put it like. Not that's. Oh wait, actually. We're pretty good right there, since that's a space that not many other things will be able to be put into. But I do see that, and I want to fix that. Oh, right bloody now. Now, for those people that are wondering why I didn't just smooth it out in general instead of like flattening it and then smoothing it, it's because sometimes with buildings, you'll notice that if they create that weird divot thing that you just saw with that, and you just click to smooth instead of flattening a little circle around it out first, you'll notice it has weird, it can sometimes do weird corners and edges and some stupid shit like that. It just looks a lot neater when you do it like this, because as you can see now, the paths are running smoothly. Yeah, and with the ranger station.
This opportunity is solid and can really help the
Yeah, I'll accept it for now.
So
Oh, cool. Actually, not that far off. You can see with the ranger team where I've got them facing outwards. I mean, for this one, yeah, the actual gate thing's right there. But the way it works is facing it outwards means that they can quickly respond to where I need them to go.
To what they sense. That can be bad if our guests aren't happy.
How are they doing? So, food, drink, shopping, fun and toiletries. Okay, so why are you complaining about shopping? Well, there's an easy way to fix that. Fix fun and shopping in one fell swoop, and that's this thing. Now, probably the one thing that I mentioned previously that on the recording that didn't even save is I explained a bit more about these things. When it comes to these, most people, especially when they're starting out, most people are worried because of like the higher cost with the more management. It means that they're gonna have to pay more, so it's very risky. It's actually not. The only part that literally became 100% useless is the management view. Because back in the day, when this first came out, you needed to sometimes setting like a fast food place for only food or only drink would make the difference between a 4-star and 5-star island, or like this stuff like that. Updated version of this game now, management view doesn't mean anything. You can ignore that and still get 5 stars on islands if you do stuff right. The other things is actually determining its effectiveness of how well the fast food place does. As long as it, like as you can see here, these 4 are within range of both of these viewing galleries, and probably anything I put just over here or like just around here if I connect the paths properly. But like, because like there's kind of like a weird bubble around them that's invisible, and anything within that dome will be affected by their revenue. The way it works though is all of these determine how successful it is. So yeah, this turning it up to max, it makes it cost more like to run, but it means that you're getting more money out of it. So that's the only thing. It just means you're going to get more money if you put them staff to max. What you want though is this. When you want to pick what you're going to be selling, you just pick one. So I'm going to pick the RC source, and then with selling, I want to keep going until I hit exactly 0, and then I always go 2 ahead, because 2 is a sweet 1 point or 2 points is a sweet spot where it's not too dear for the patrons, but it's not too cheap that you're going to lose money. Now, the first part, that's where the effectiveness comes into play, because like for instance, if I was to put this fast food place down and I sold Dino Bites, and then later on when this park got bigger, if these two started complaining about food and drinks, all I'd have to do is jump that from Dino Bites to Dino Dish, or more effectively Dino Feast like it's on now, and that would solve the problem. Because like if I go into guess here and I go to fast food, it says it's 3-star food, 3-star drink. From what I understand how I've played the game so far, each level of food or drink that you can provide actually kind of corresponds with the stars. So like Dino Dish seems to only give the minimalistic, maybe like a 1-star bonus to an area, whereas Dino Feast would give like the whole 3 stars. It helps to that could be completely wrong. I could be mistaken, but I've just noticed that I've had places where they run Dino Bites or the Snackosaurus things that the restaurants give, and then I bumped it up to one of the higher ones, changed nothing else but adjusted the price to match what else I was selling now, and it solved everything when it came to the food and drink problems, or if it was the shopping problems, I did the same thing with the gift store or clothing store. And then the same thing with this one, the toy store. Alright, so should probably get another one for security.
Things go wrong.
No, I'm not wasting a shit ton of money to send a T-Rex in to kill my revenue. You can go fuck yourself. Let's see now. Almost there. Okay, you gotta be an ass. How's the fossils coming along? I'm gonna send 3 more expeditions out. So let's see, I'll send 1 over this one, 1 to that one, and I'll go over here and get more for the Crichtonosaurus. Now, even I'm not an actual 100% expert in knowing all these dinosaurs' legitimateness. Like the Crichtonosaurus, I never heard of before this game, so I I've been meaning to look it up to see if it is a legit dinosaur, and if it is, cool, I love it. If not, doesn't matter. Mainly because it's still a dinosaur, and I am absolutely obsessed with it. Like the guy that taught the guys that the YouTuber that posted the series that I really loved watching was the Gaming Beaver. He is hilarious.
Landed on my desk.
Actually,
Need
I'll
to
take
take a
that.
look.
Like the Gaming Beaver is absolutely hilarious. God, I'd love the chance to meet him one day, but or at least chat with him or something, because he is, I think I mentioned him in a previous video, but he's basically a guy that's seems to have a loving passion for dinosaurs just as much as me, probably maybe even more than me. I don't know. He got lucky enough to interview Jeff Goldblum, so that was amazing. And a few actual paleontologists. But yeah, like I watched his entire. He played it not long after each of them came out, both the main game and the DLCs, and he even played some of the harder challenge modes. I learned a lot from what I know by watching him. I mean, like I played through the game quite a few times, so I knew what I was doing. But there's some simple tricks and tips that I learned kind of from him to make it a little bit more manageable, per se. And one thing that the one thing that he definitely understands, which I love, is the fact that this game is so free and malleable that there's no technical correct way to play. You literally just enjoy yourself. You just have fun and build your park your way. Something goes wrong, well, you can always try again. It's like a learning experience. New viable geo. And soon that genome will be complete and I shall have myself a Brachiosaurus. Right, the only two things, like the only two dinosaurs I know I can't touch yet, like at all, is the two that are unlocked through this thing. So like the All on a Titan, I believe it's called, and the Troodon, which, unlike the real life version, I'm not sure if I don't think the real life version had it, but if anyone has played Jurassic Park, the Telltale's game, which I have it on Steam, even though for some reason it's been pulled. One thing that I do love is the fact that the Troodon in them, even though they haven't copied the same color pattern, like the same look isn't there, but what they have done is copied the Jurassic Park the game's version of Troodon with its poisonous bite. And yeah, like you probably see by the way the weather is now that there's a reason why I decided that for our opening of showing, well, the T-Rex being in all of its gorgeous glory, was the fact that, well, the lighting here can a lot of times be kind of crap. So, at least the other way, we had a nice, bright, and sunny day to show the Rex. Cool. I'm flattening that out because I'm soon going to put a Ceratosaurus over here too. Hello? More of my beauties. Yes. Just more of the precious. So that I'll save that. I'm saving the kind of like the big money things until I absolutely need them, which is a smart thing, because it means that if I don't need them on this island, I can use them for another island. Like, I'll probably need a few of these for, when I bounce back to the third island. The only reason why I say do this island first is because from this point on, the main island story missions, a lot of them will require you to put in, like, it will say like 2 or 3 or 1 of a certain dinosaur, but to remain happy, its social will require more than the one you're putting in, and sometimes that can lead to issues. However, on this particular island is when you get some of the genome stuff to actually make your life a whole lot easier, including the fact that you get the certain genome that makes it that they'll actually be happy with like just 1-offs or 2-offs of their own species. Like for instance a Velociraptor or a Deinonychus. They'll be coming up in later missions, and well, one thing good about them is the fact that I don't have to worry about them trying to break out because they're uncomfortable with not having friends, because I can literally make a raptor who's perfectly happy just to be on his own, or a Deinonychus who really just doesn't care for friends. He's just like, I'm a big dinosaur, I don't need friends. Alright, so I've got the money, so while I'm waiting for shit to happen, I'm going to build a hotel. Where do I want to build it though? That's a good question. I could build it on its angle, because that way if I put a yeah, there we go. So if I do this, then I can build a monorail station still, and I can put it back here. That's gonna bug me. So I'm gonna fix that up now. Because if I don't, I'm just going to lose my mind. Not that there's much to lose, but hey. It's all a bit of the experience now, isn't it? Yes. You're gonna be a pain in the ass, aren't you? Yes, you indeed are going to be an absolute pain in my ass. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the island.
More. Nope, nope. There we go. Now that looks all nice. I swear I'm not OCD. I swear it. God.
I just heard.
Trying to get a shelter. Yeah, this is one of the things that I'll decline that. But that's one of the things that I learned from Gaming Beaver, where I think I said this in a previous video, but yeah, like if you craft a shelter but then immediately, not after the contract's done, destroy it, next time the shelter thing will come back up, it'll be kind of registered as if you never had done it to begin with, so you'll get the 10% one again, and that way you can keep abusing it. One thing I've also found out there is, on a lot of occasions when you are with the dinosaurs here, or any dinosaurs, whatever, if they get sick, you have a random chance that if you ask for a contract from the science department, the contract itself will be to erase all of X disease off the island, whatever the disease is currently reflecting the dinosaurs at the time. So it's a lot of help to pay attention to that, because it means that you can literally just get a freebie kind of because like you can send your ranger teams to go kill a dinosaur, and like you normally would anyway, but you're gonna get a contract completion out of it. I'll put it on an angle actually. Oh wait, can I? Ooh, I can. I most certainly can put it here. That works for me. There we go. Now, one thing you probably noticed that I'm kind of putting literally nothing here, and that's to make sure that the cars have a clear way to get to there. Like, technically, like, they'd slip through any gap they could, but at least this way they've got a clear path so they don't take as much time. This helps because sometimes they can be idiots and just stall on the stupidest shit, and like, especially if like the dinosaurs say if they get sick by a disease, you want your vehicles to be out there ASAP to make sure that your dinosaurs will go back to being healthy and happy. Alrighty then. So now I have completely done this part. There's a kind of a big little gap between like I didn't think I should bore you guys by leading you through the entire building process of an enclosure, being that there will be many enclosures built throughout this entire series. Yeah, I won't make you sit through them, don't worry. But yeah, the one thing I will mention though is the reason why, if anyone's curious of why I'm building, like, there's going to be the carnivore enclosure and it's going to have ceratosauruses. Now the reason why I'm picking them out of all the carnivores is because they're some of the most tolerant. Like, they take a long time to get pissed off, and usually by the time that happens, if it was a storm that was causing them to be unhappy, the storm doesn't last long enough for them to get to a point where they want to break out. So that's why I'm doing this now. Like, ceratosauruses usually, when it comes to storms and breaking out, ceratosauruses are usually one of the few species I don't have to worry about, because they usually just, they actually behave. I'll put some over here too. I don't know why, but I like kind of like masking those with like a few trees. It gives a reason for like the overlooking, but still, like, I don't know. I just like the idea of like the overlook being hidden amongst trees. Final touch. Let's see which rock we're gonna go with today. It's three-parter, yeah, why not? Rotate it. Put it maybe like that there. And then I'm gonna go for rocks 3 this time. Put it there. Cool, did I put any rocks in there in enclosure? How careless of me, I did not wait. Hey, how careless of me! I did not give you guys a rock. I'm so sorry. I'll give you guys rock 6. There we go, guys. Alright, I'll send some expeditions out again. So, we still want to get our beautiful brack to maximum. But we'll go over here and get the Titanosaurus up a bit more.
Looks like there's another
Yeah, I can do
contract
that.
that might be worth your attention.
Another little trick you can kind of sneakily use is with the contracts. Like they say that you can only, or like when you request one, it will, like when you actually have the ability, it says it requires you to wait 2 minutes before you can request another one. So say if you get request one but it's a bad one, so you get rid of it, and you normally have to wait 2 minutes. That's where these timer ones come in handy, because you can literally watch them, and the moment 2 minutes have passed on those timers, then you know that you can request yet a new one. So like, where if I requested one at 5 minutes, when the no power outages said 5 minutes, I could literally wait till that said 3 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I know I can request a new contract now. Let's see now. Got everything done. Oop, hold on. Before going into there, I need patient speed, success rate, and success rate. Yeah, you're too expensive. That won't be for long. Got your... How high is your life? Your life expectancy is 87. Can we get any higher? No? I'll fix that up in a sec. See, that's one of the first things. Like that's one of the things Tony about that allows you to reduce how many social they need. There's stuff that does the opposite, which is what we need for the T-Rexes too. Right, so what? No, you don't want the helicopter. Can't fix crap. Go fix the power station. Alright, so 7. Alrighty then, so incubate 1 and incubate number 2. Cool. Now, before we forget this time like an idiot, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay then, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Don't worry, I'll be going straight into a new episode straight after this, and literally one of the first things you'll see is, of course, this Tyrannosaurus being released. But I am all out of time for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the video so far, my friends. Make sure you leave a message, like a comment down below if you want to name a dinosaur. Feel free, there's plenty of dinosaurs to name. I've got a small list, so there's plenty of room for expansion. But yeah, make sure to bell notification icon down below to be notified by any of our shenanigans that we post every weekend. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, check out the videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.